Many young ball players would be interested in finding out how you ultimately signed with the Reds. How did it all come about?
Well, Marty, I'll tell you, a couple of ball clubs came to me after I graduated from high school, and I just weighed the best offer, and the Reds came up with that. And I also considered that I could make it to the big leagues quicker by signing with the Reds.
You know, I believe that you might consider your greatest year was 1961. The Reds won the pennant. You were the most valuable player in the National League.
Well, 61, I had a real good year. I felt like it was a real good year, especially since we won the pennant and we were in the World Series, and I was named the most valuable player that year.
Frank, as is the case with all Major League ball players, upon occasion, even hitters like you go into a batting slump. What can you do about a batting slump?
Well, Marty, you really don't know when a batting slump is coming on, but what I try to do after I get in one is figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's usually some little thing that you're doing wrong, and if you can figure it out yourself, you're that much better off rather than listen to a lot of advice.
In checking back through the records, I noticed that your strikeout totals have decreased considerably each season. Are you doing anything different now as compared to 2 years ago or 4 years ago to cut down on that strikeout total?
Well, I'm not doing anything differently other than hitting the ball a little bit more, but I've been real proud of that fact. I've concentrated on a little bit more each year, trying to cut down on my strikeouts, and I feel like I can cut down on them just a little bit more by hitting the ball more often.
Most good hitters have a pretty fine idea of just what is the strike zone. How do you develop the knowledge of a good strike zone?
Well, some fellows come with it just like natural ability, but with me, I've had to develop knowing the strike zone, you say, from the knees to the letters, and you just usually figure yourself out in batting practice. You'll say, I'm going to take this pitch. If it's right here, you point your bat up here about the letter high, and you say, if it's over the bat, I'm going to take it, and you put it down about knee high, and you say, if it's below that, I'm going to take it. It comes with practice.
As most long ball hitters do, you hold that bat right at the end. Do you feel that young ball players should do the same?
Well, I think a younger fella, especially if he's not too strong, should choke up on the bat until he learns how to control it. My high school coach told me I could hit the long ball and hit the ball just as good if I choked up on it, but I didn't believe him for quite some time. But when I first came into the major leagues, I did choke up on the bat, and I found I could hit the ball just as far and just as good by choking up on the bat.